My beloved child, pause for a moment and breathe, because this is not an accident, and this is not another random message passing through your screen. What you are hearing right now hath been timed with precision. The answer you have been searching for, the one you whispered in silence, the one you cried about when no one could see you, it has arrived. And Archangel Michael steps forward with a firm yet gentle urgency, saying this clearly: do not walk away now. You have been asking heaven for clarity for a long time. You act through prayers, through tears, through exhaustion. You ask while waiting for a sign, while wondering if God still hears you. And now the same miracle you thought you missed has been delivered again. Yes, again, because heaven knew you were not ready the first time. This is mercy, not delay. This is alignment, not coincidence. Listen closely. Archangel Michael is not speaking softly today. His voice carries authority, protection, and truth. He says you are standing at the edge of understanding, but one careless step away could make you miss what your soul has been preparing for. Something you thought was over is being revisited. Something you believed was denied is being reoffered. The answer has not changed, but you have. There is a reason you felt an inner pull to open this. Your guardian angel has been urging you all day, nudging your spirit, creating a restlessness you could not explain. That was not anxiety. That was anticipation. Heaven has been lining things up behind the scenes, even when it looked quiet on the surface. You may have felt tired lately. Emotionally tired. Spiritually tired. Like you have been holding on longer than you ever expected to. Archangel Michael says this weariness is not weakness. It is proof that you have been fighting battles others never saw. And now, the shield that has been protecting you is shifting forward, clearing the path instead of just blocking the attacks. Here is what you must understand. The miracle being spoken of is not random. It carries the same signature as before, but it will arrive in a different form. That is why you almost missed it. You were expecting heaven to repeat itself exactly the same way. What God does not copy, He completes. This message comes because you were about to decide something. You were close to letting go, close to saying, maybe this is not for me. Archangel Michael interrupts that thought immediately. He says the door you assumed was closing was never meant to shut. It was meant to be opened with courage, not doubt. There is also something being revealed to you internally, a truth about yourself, a realization that you are more prepared than you think. The delay was not punishment, it was preparation. You were being strengthened so you could sustain what is now coming toward you. Your guardian angel stands beside you right now, urging you not to scroll, not to dismiss this, not to rationalize it away. The message is not meant for everyone. It is meant for the one who feels this stirring in the chest, this quiet recognition that says, this is for me. Archangel Michael says protection has been active around your name. Conversations you never heard, plans that never reached you, intentions that never succeeded, many of them were stopped before they could touch your life. That is why the breakthrough is arriving intact, not damaged. You have been questioning timing. Heaven responds. Perfect timing requires patience, not panic. The answer is here because you are finally ready to receive it without fear controlling the outcome. Something important will make sense very soon. A missing piece will connect. A confirmation will arrive in a way that feels undeniable. When it does, remember this moment. Remember that you were warned not to walk away. This is not about chasing signs. This is about recognizing alignment. The miracle has already been released. Your role now is to stay present, stay open, and stay willing. Archangel Michael closes this moment with a firm reminder. Stand still, stay attentive, and trust what is unfolding. My precious one, there is something unfolding beneath the surface that you could not see until now. What felt like silence was actually strategy. What felt like delay was divine positioning. Archangel Michael reveals that heaven has been watching how you respond when answers take time, because the weight of what is coming requires maturity, not impulse. This is why you were held steady instead of rushed forward. You may have noticed subtle shifts around you, people acting differently, conversations changing tone, opportunities appearing and disappearing quickly. None of this is random. Your guardian angel has been quietly redirecting your steps, even when you thought you were making decisions on your own. Archangel Michael says your discernment is sharpening, and that is why confusion has been losing its grip on you lately. There is an inner knowing rising within you, a calm confidence replacing old anxiety. That is not accidental. Heaven is preparing you to recognize the miracle when it shows up, instead of questioning whether you deserve it. The same miracle that was delivered before but misunderstood is now returning with clarity. This time, it will not slip through your fingers. Archangel Michael speaks of a moment when you almost gave up asking. You told yourself you would stop expecting, stop hoping, stop believing so deeply. But heaven heard that conversation too, and instead of withdrawing, God leaned in closer. Your guardian angel stood watch, making sure your faith did not extinguish in that fragile season. What you are about to receive will answer more than one question. It will explain why certain doors closed, why certain relationships shifted, why certain plans stalled at the last minute. You were being protected from settling too soon. Archangel Michael says you were never meant to live beneath your calling. You were meant to grow into it. There is also a warning wrapped in love here. Do not rush ahead once things start moving. Speed without wisdom can cause you to overlook details that matter. Heaven is not asking you to hesitate, but to stay attentive. The miracle will unfold step by step, not all at once, so you can walk in peace instead of pressure. Your guardian angel urges you to stay present with this message because it is activating remembrance. You are remembering who you are, what you prayed for, and why you started believing in the first place. That memory is powerful. It reconnects you to the version of yourself that trusted God without needing proof first. Archangel Michael says strength is being restored in layers. Some healing is happening quietly while you sleep. Some clarity is arriving through sudden realizations. Some confirmation will come through other people speaking words they did not plan to say. When that happens, do not ignore it. Heaven often speaks through alignment. Now listen carefully. This message is not meant to be kept to yourself. When something resonates this deeply, it is often because others are meant to hear it through you as well. If this is stirring your spirit, respond. Engage with it. Let it anchor itself in your awareness. Take a moment to like this message, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and leave a comment as an act of agreement. When you subscribe and stay connected here, you are choosing to remain in a space where your faith is strengthened, not drained. If you feel led, explore the membership as well. It helps sustain the flow of messages that reach souls at the exact moment they need them. Archangel Michael emphasizes that participation is not just support. It is alignment. When you act in faith, even through simple gestures, you create movement in the spiritual realm. Your guardian angel rejoices when you choose connection over isolation. There is more unfolding ahead, and it builds on what has already been spoken. You will soon understand why this moment matters so much. The next layer of revelation ties everything together in a way that will surprise you. Hold on, because what comes next carries clarity you have been waiting for, and you will be glad you stayed present for it. For now, breathe. Stay open. Stay grounded. Heaven is closer than you think, and the answer you have been seeking is no longer distant. It is actively approaching. My beloved soul, something sacred is happening right now, and it is quieter than you expected. Archangel Michael draws your attention to the stillness you have been walking through, because this calm is not emptiness, it is consecration. You are being set apart. Heaven does not always announce preparation with noise. Sometimes it happens in silence so your spirit can hear without distraction. You may have wondered why certain people faded away, why conversation stopped flowing, why familiar comforts no longer satisfied you. Archangel Michael reveals that separation was necessary because what is coming requires clarity. Not everyone who walked with you could walk where you are going. This was not rejection, it was refinement. There is a deeper layer to the miracle now unfolding. It is not only about what will change around you, but about what has already changed within you. You no longer respond the same way. You no longer break the same way. You no longer doubt the same way. That is evidence of growth you did not even realize was happening. Your guardian angel has been guarding your thoughts more than your circumstances lately. That is why certain negative spirals were interrupted. That is why exhaustion did not destroy your hope. Heaven knew the breakthrough would require a clear mind and a steady heart, not a fearful one. Archangel Michael says the answer you have been waiting for carries responsibility. It will require discernment, patience, and obedience. That is why it could not arrive when you were still trying to please everyone, still questioning your worth, still negotiating your faith. You are no longer that person. Something will soon be confirmed in the natural realm that has already been confirmed in the spiritual. When it happens, resist the urge to explain it away. Do not shrink it. Do not downplay it. Receive it with gratitude and humility. Miracles stay where they are honored. There is also a gentle warning here. Do not revisit old mindsets out of familiarity. The season you are entering does not support doubt the way the old one did. Archangel Michael stands ready with his sword of truth, cutting away lies that try to follow you forward. Let him. Your guardian angel urges you to remain sensitive. Pay attention to patterns, to repeated words, to sudden peace where there used to be fear. These are confirmations. Heaven is speaking in layers, and each layer builds trust. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. A miracle was delayed only to protect you from receiving it too soon. And now, the timing is aligned, and the delivery is secure. Archangel Michael says this moment marks a turning point. From this point on, things begin to make sense faster. Healing accelerates. Understanding deepens. Confidence returns, not loud confidence but quiet certainty. If this message resonates deeply within you, it is because your spirit recognizes truth. Do not dismiss that recognition. Let it anchor you. Type "I receive" the answer in the comments if this message is speaking directly to your spirit. Lesson code 444 is now activated over your life. Now hear this clearly, as a sacred extension of what has just been released. I am speaking to those who feel the weight of this message and know it is not meant to stop here. When you choose to support this mission through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal, you are not funding content. You are sowing light into souls who are still searching for answers. I hear the Lord say that every seed planted here becomes oil in the lamp of another who is walking in darkness. This is not charity. This is obedience meeting opportunity. As you give, heaven responds, because God Himself watches over seeds sown in faith. A PayPal link is waiting in the description, and this moment is your open door. Step through it now, and may what you release return to you pressed down, multiplied, and overflowing. My cherished one, there is a deeper unveiling happening now, and it reaches into places you rarely speak about. Archangel Michael draws near again, not with urgency this time, but with steady assurance. He wants you to understand that what unfolds next will not feel dramatic at first. It will feel right. That is how divine alignment often announces itself, not with chaos, but with calm certainty. You have been learning to trust peace more than pressure. In earlier seasons, you mistook urgency for importance and anxiety for direction. But heaven has been retraining your senses. Your guardian angel has been teaching you how to recognize God's voice by the absence of fear. This is why recent decisions felt quieter yet stronger. You were no longer being pushed, you were being led. Archangel Michael says something has already shifted in the spiritual atmosphere around your name. Resistance that once felt heavy is thinning. Doors that required exhausting effort before will begin to open with less force. Do not misinterpret this ease as coincidence. It is grace responding to obedience. There is also restoration happening in how you see yourself. For a long time, you carried responsibility that was never meant to be yours. You blamed yourself for outcomes you could not control. You replayed conversations, wondering what you could have done differently. Archangel Michael speaks clearly here. Release that burden. What was not yours to fix was never yours to carry. Your guardian angel hath been standing watch during moments of vulnerability, especially when old memories resurfaced unexpectedly. Those moments were not setbacks, they were exposures. God was revealing what still needed healing so it would not sabotage the blessing once it arrived. This is mercy in action. Something important is approaching, and it will require a response from you. Not a reaction driven by emotion, but a response grounded in wisdom. Archangel Michael reminds you that discernment is one of your gifts, even if you have doubted it. You have sensed truth before you had evidence many times. Trust that again. You may notice that your tolerance for confusion is decreasing. You no longer want half answers, half commitments, or half-hearted connections. This is not impatience, it is clarity. Heaven is aligning you with what matches your growth. Anything misaligned will feel uncomfortable now, and that discomfort is guidance. There is also a lesson unfolding around timing. Not everything that is good for you is meant for you now. Archangel Michael says wisdom is knowing when to wait even when the desire is strong. You are being invited into partnership with God's timing, not a race against it. Pay attention to what brings you peace versus what drains you. Your guardian angel is using your emotional responses as indicators. Peace will not always mean ease, but it will always mean alignment. If something requires you to betray your values or silence your intuition, it is not from heaven. Archangel Michael also speaks of protection over your future conversations. Words will matter more in the coming season. What you agree with, what you confess, what you tolerate, these will shape outcomes quickly. Be mindful, not fearful. Awareness is your safeguard. You are stepping into a phase where prayers receive quicker answers, but that also means accountability increases. This is not meant to intimidate you. It is meant to empower you. You are trusted with more because you have proven faithful with little. There may be moments soon where you feel stretched, asked to believe bigger, forgive deeper, or step forward sooner than planned. When that happens, remember this: heaven does not stretch what it has not strengthened. You are ready, even if you feel unsure. Archangel Michael stands firm beside you, reminding you that courage is not the absence of doubt, but the decision to move forward despite it. Your guardian angel echoes this with reassurance, surrounding you with calm when your thoughts try to race ahead. As this part of the message settles into your spirit, allow yourself to rest in it. You do not need to figure everything out today. Understanding will come layer by layer, moment by moment. What matters is that you stay open, stay attentive, and stay anchored in trust. The path ahead is clearer than it has been in a long time, and even where it curves, you will not walk it alone. Heaven is walking with you, step for step. My dear one, there is a shift in how heaven is speaking to you now. Archangel Michael is no longer emphasizing preparation, but perception. He wants you to see what you have been overlooking, not because you were careless, but because you were still healing. When wounds are fresh, vision narrows. Now that restoration has begun, clarity is returning. You may notice that your reactions are changing. Situations that once triggered fear no longer hold the same power. Words that once cut deeply now pass through without lodging in your spirit. This is not numbness, it is strength. Your guardian angel has been reinforcing your inner boundaries, teaching you what deserves access to your heart and what does not. Archangel Michael says you are entering a phase where discernment becomes second nature. You will sense when something is right before logic catches up. Do not dismiss that knowing. Heaven often speaks first through intuition, then through confirmation. Trust the order. There is something important about your environment that is being adjusted. It may not look dramatic, but it is intentional. Small changes are creating room for bigger outcomes. A schedule shift, a conversation, a pause you did not plan. These are not interruptions. They are redirections. Your guardian angel hath been arranging space so the miracle can land without resistance. You have been learning patience in a new way. Not the patience of waiting helplessly, but the patience of confidence. You are no longer watching the clock with anxiety. You are watching your heart with wisdom. Archangel Michael says this is maturity, and maturity attracts trust from heaven. There is also a release happening from old expectations. You once believed things had to unfold a certain way to be valid. Now you are open to surprise. This openness is powerful. It gives God room to exceed what you imagined rather than merely meet it. Pay attention to how often peace returns after moments of uncertainty. That return is not automatic, it is guided. Your guardian angel is actively restoring equilibrium when your thoughts begin to tilt. This is why emotional storms have been shorter lately. They no longer linger as they once did. Archangel Michael reminds you that not every battle requires engagement. Some things lose power simply by being ignored. You are being taught when to speak and when to remain silent. Silence, in this season, is not avoidance. It is authority. There is a lesson unfolding around trust in yourself. You have doubted your decisions in the past because you feared making the wrong choice. But heaven hath been refining your judgment. Mistakes that once felt devastating are now instructive. You are no longer defined by them. You are informed by them. You may soon be faced with an opportunity that tests this growth. It will look familiar, but it will feel different. That difference is important. Do not rush to compare it to the past. Assess it with who you are now, not who you were then. Archangel Michael says your present wisdom is enough. Your guardian angel speaks gently here. Stop rehearsing worst-case scenarios. They are not prophetic. They are protective habits from an old season. You no longer need them. Heaven is not asking you to be careless, but to be hopeful again. There is also a renewal happening in your faith language. You are praying differently now. Less desperation, more trust. Less explaining, more listening. That shift hath been noticed. Heaven responds quickly to prayers rooted in alignment. Archangel Michael says something you have been quietly hoping for is closer than it appears. Distance has been an illusion created by time. In reality, the pieces are already near each other, waiting for the right moment to connect. When they do, it will feel natural, not forced. As you move forward, you may feel moments of hesitation. That is normal. Courage does not erase caution, it balances it. When uncertainty arises, pause and listen. Your guardian angel will always nudge you toward peace, not panic. You are not required to have all the answers to take the next step. You only need clarity for that step. Heaven reveals the path one segment at a time so you do not rely on sight alone. Trust is being built through movement. Archangel Michael stands watch as you walk, ensuring that what approaches you is filtered through wisdom and protection. You are not exposed. You are covered. Let this part of the message settle gently. You are not behind. You are not rushing. You are exactly where growth meets timing. And from this place, the next unfolding will make sense in ways the past never could. My beloved one, a new layer of understanding is opening now, and Archangel Michael wants you to recognize how different this season truly is. You are no longer standing at the threshold wondering if you are allowed to enter. You are already inside, learning how to move with wisdom instead of hesitation. This is why certain fears have lost their intensity. They are no longer warnings, they are echoes. You have been gaining spiritual strength in ways that are subtle but undeniable. Where you once needed reassurance from others, you now find stability within. Where you once questioned every decision, you now pause, listen, and proceed with quiet confidence. Your guardian angel has been guiding this shift patiently, protecting your progress from the noise of doubt. Archangel Michael says something important about your boundaries. You are learning that saying no does not make you unloving, and saying yes does not obligate you to exhaustion. Balance is being restored. This balance is not just emotional, it is spiritual. When you honor your limits, you honor the design God placed within you. There is also a refinement happening in your discernment regarding people. You are noticing intentions more clearly, without suspicion but with awareness. This is not about judging others, it is about stewarding your peace. Heaven is teaching you that access to your life is sacred, not casual. You may feel moments of impatience rising again, especially when you sense how close things are. Archangel Michael addresses this directly. An nearness does not require rushing. Fruit picked too early lacks sweetness. Trust the ripening process. What is meant for you will arrive complete, not rushed. Your guardian angel has been working through your habits as well. Small changes you made recently were not insignificant. They were signals. Heaven responds to consistency more than intensity. Daily faithfulness builds momentum that sudden effort cannot replace. There is a strengthening of your inner voice taking place. You are learning to distinguish between intuition and impulse. Impulse demands immediate action. Intuition invites reflection and peace. Archangel Michael encourages you to choose the latter, especially when decisions carry long-term impact. You may also notice that old temptations feel less appealing. This is not because they disappeared, but because you outgrew them. Growth changes desire. What once distracted you now feels empty. This is a sign of elevation, not loss. Archangel Michael says you are being prepared for increased responsibility. Not burden, but trust. Heaven does not entrust greater influence to those who seek recognition, but to those who value integrity. You have been proving faithful in unseen moments, and those moments matter. Now hear this clearly. Messages like this do not appear by accident. and they do not continue without purpose. If this word has been strengthening you, grounding you, or bringing clarity, respond to it. Take a moment to like this message so it reaches others who are searching for the same reassurance. Share it with someone who has been quietly struggling. Leave a comment as a declaration of agreement, because spoken faith carries power. Subscribe to stay connected here, where your spirit is fed, not drained. And if you feel called to go deeper, joining the membership helps sustain this space of alignment and truth. Archangel Michael reminds you that participation is partnership. When you engage, you are not just consuming, you are contributing to a flow that reaches far beyond what you can see. Before moving forward, pause with this thought. Everything that has been unfolding has been building toward clarity, not confusion. The next insight will tie together patterns you have noticed but not yet understood. Stay present with this message, because what comes next will answer questions you did not even realize you were asking. Hold on, because this is where understanding deepens. Your guardian angel stands close, steadying your heart as anticipation rises. There is no need to brace yourself. What is approaching is aligned, not overwhelming. You are equipped for it. As this part settles, remind yourself of how far you have come. Growth is often invisible while it is happening, but undeniable once it has taken root. You are no longer who you were, and that is exactly why what comes next will fit you better than anything before. Archangel Michael remains vigilant, ensuring that your steps are protected and your path remains clear. You are moving forward with heaven's approval, and nothing that belongs to you will miss you. My precious soul, Archangel Michael now draws your attention to something very important that has been quietly developing within you: spiritual authority. Not the kind that seeks control, but the kind that carries weight simply by standing firm. You are learning how to remain grounded even when circumstances try to pull you into reaction. This stability did not come overnight. It was formed through endurance, reflection, and surrender. There were moments in the past when you felt powerless, when situations unfolded faster than you could process them. You questioned whether your voice mattered, whether your prayers were heard, whether your presence made any difference at all. Archangel Michael says those moments were not proof of weakness. They were training grounds. Authority is not given to those who avoid struggle, but to those who remain faithful within it. Your guardian angel has been strengthening your ability to pause before responding. That pause is sacred. It allows wisdom to rise above emotion. It gives space for truth to speak louder than fear. You may have noticed that lately you are less reactive and more reflective. This is not hesitation, it is mastery. There is also a deepening of trust taking place. A blind trust, but informed trust. You have seen enough evidence of God's faithfulness to know that even when outcomes differ from expectations, they still serve purpose. Archangel Michael reminds you that disappointment does not mean misdirection. Sometimes it means redirection toward something greater. You are becoming more selective with your energy. You no longer feel obligated to explain yourself to everyone. Silence has become a refuge rather than a defense. This is growth. Heaven often removes the need to justify when alignment is present. There is something you have been carrying internally that you have not shared with many people. A desire, a calling, a vision that feels too sacred to expose prematurely. Archangel Michael affirms this discretion. Not everything is meant to be spoken before it is fully formed. Protection sometimes looks like privacy. Your guardian angel has been guarding this vision closely, especially during moments when doubt tried to attach itself. A doubt did not come because the vision was false, but because it was valuable. Opposition often recognizes potential before fulfillment does. You may soon encounter situations that test this inner authority. Someone may challenge your boundaries, question your decisions, or attempt to pull you back into old patterns. When this happens, remember who you are now. You do not need to fight to prove growth. Consistency will speak for you. Archangel Michael says your words will begin to carry more impact in the coming season. People will listen differently. Conversations will shift. This is not about influence for ego, but influence for clarity. Use it wisely. Speak truth with compassion. Silence, when chosen intentionally, can be just as powerful. There is also healing continuing in areas you thought were already resolved. Healing is not linear. Layers reveal themselves when you are ready to handle them. Do not be discouraged by this. It is not regression. It is refinement. Heaven heals deeply, not superficially. Your guardian angel wants you to notice how your inner dialogue has changed. You are kinder to yourself. You recover faster from mistakes. You no longer punish yourself for learning through experience. This shift is crucial. Self-compassion strengthens resilience. Archangel Michael emphasizes that comparison is no longer your measuring stick. You are learning to honor your own pace, your own process. What others are doing does not diminish what God is doing with you. Different assignments require different timelines. There may be moments ahead where you feel called to step into unfamiliar territory. It may not feel comfortable at first, but it will feel aligned. Comfort and calling do not always arrive together. Trust the alignment over the comfort. You are also being taught how to wait without stagnating. Waiting does not mean standing still. It means preparing, refining, staying alert. Your guardian angel has been guiding you in this balance, keeping you active without being anxious. Archangel Michael reassures you that nothing you have invested emotionally, spiritually, or faithfully has been wasted. Seeds planted in patience always produce fruit in season. Some harvests take longer because they are meant to last longer. As this part of the message settles, allow yourself to acknowledge your progress. You do not need external validation to confirm internal growth. You know how far you have come because you feel it in how you respond, how you think, how you choose peace. A path ahead continues to unfold with intention. You are not wandering. You are being led. And as you move forward, you carry not just hope, but authority rooted in trust. Heaven recognizes it. And soon, others will too. My beloved child, Archangel Michael now speaks with a tone that is both tender and resolute, because you are approaching a moment of spiritual convergence. Things you thought were unrelated are beginning to align. Threads from different seasons of your life are quietly weaving together, and soon you will recognize the pattern. This is not coincidence. This is orchestration. You may have felt recently that your past has been revisiting you, not in pain, but in memory. Old dreams, old conversations, old desires resurfacing without emotional weight. Archangel Michael explains that this is integration. Heaven is not dragging you backward. It is collecting what belongs with you before you move forward. Nothing valuable will be left behind. Your guardian angel hath been helping you reinterpret your story. What once felt like wasted time now reveals hidden training. What once felt like loss now shows up as protection. Perspective is shifting, and with it, gratitude is growing. Gratitude in this season is not forced. It is awakened. There is a quiet confidence settling into you. Not excitement, not anxiety, confidence. You are no longer asking, will it happen? You are asking, am I ready to steward it well? That question alone shows how much you have matured. Archangel Michael affirms that readiness is not about perfection, but about humility and awareness. You have both. You may notice that heaven has been answering your prayers in fragments rather than full pictures. A word here, a confirmation there, a sense of peace without explanation. This is intentional. Full revelation arrives when obedience is established. Step by step, clarity unfolds. There is also a strengthening of your spiritual hearing. You are more aware of subtle nudges, gentle warnings, and quiet encouragements. Your guardian angel has been amplifying what matters and dimming what distracts. Trust this filtering process. It is protecting your focus. Archangel Michael speaks of alignment with truth. Not the truth others project onto you, but the truth God planted within you. Living in alignment may require disappointing people who benefited from your old patterns. The discomfort is temporary. Peace is permanent. You are learning how to rest without guilt, to pause without fear of falling behind, to trust that productivity does not define worth. This rest is not laziness. It is recalibration. Heaven restores strength before releasing responsibility. There is a moment coming where you will be asked to choose courage over familiarity. Familiarity feels safe, but courage carries growth. Archangel Michael assures you that courage will not leave you exposed. Protection goes with obedience. Your guardian angel wants you to know that even when you feel unseen, you are fully known. Every silent prayer, every restrained response, every moment you chose faith over reaction, it was recorded. Heaven does not overlook quiet obedience. You may soon experience an emotional release. Tears without sadness, joy without explanation, relief without circumstance. These are signs of internal breakthrough. Something that was tightly held is loosening, making room for peace. Archangel Michael says this is a threshold season. Not an ending, not a beginning, but a crossing. What you carry across this threshold matters. Bring wisdom. Bring humility. Leave behind fear disguised as caution. If this message resonates deeply, do not keep it locked inside. Respond to it. Let your spirit agree out loud. Type "I step forward in faith" in the comments if this message aligns with your soul. Blessing code 888 is now released over your journey. And now, hear this as a sacred continuation of what has just been spoken. I am speaking directly to those who feel the weight and wonder of this moment. When you support this mission through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal, you are not supporting a channel, you are fueling a calling. I hear the Lord say that every seed sown here becomes a river of light flowing into homes, hearts, and lives that feel forgotten. This is sowing into revelation, into healing, into souls who are one word away from hope. The PayPal link is placed in the description as an open altar, waiting for your obedience. Do not delay what heaven has prompted. Give now, act now, and may the same God who sees in secret reward you openly, multiply your seed, and establish your steps in peace and favor. My beloved one, Archangel Michael now speaks with a steady calm, because this phase you are entering requires grounding more than intensity. You have crossed an internal threshold, and now heaven is anchoring you so that what you receive does not overwhelm you. Growth without grounding can feel confusing, but growth with grounding brings peace. This is why things feel slower again, not because progress stopped, but because roots are deepening. You may notice that your emotions are more balanced than before. Not absent, not suppressed, but regulated. This is a sign of inner alignment. Your guardian angel hath been helping you process feelings as information rather than commands. You no longer need to obey every emotion that rises. You can acknowledge it, learn from it, and let it pass. Archangel Michael says you are becoming someone who responds rather than reacts. This shift is subtle but powerful, and changes outcomes quietly. Situations that once escalated now dissolve. Conversations that once drained you now end with clarity. This is not accidental. It is fruit. There is also an adjustment happening in how you view time. You are no longer measuring progress by speed alone. You are learning to value depth, consistency, and sustainability. Heaven prefers lasting transformation over quick results. What is being built now is meant to endure pressure, not just produce excitement. You may feel a desire to simplify. Fewer explanations. Fewer obligations. Fewer distractions. This desire is not withdrawal, it is refinement. Archangel Michael affirms that simplicity creates space for discernment. When life is less cluttered, guidance becomes clearer. Your guardian angel had been gently guiding you away from noise. Noise in conversations, noise in information, noise in expectations. You are becoming more selective with what you allow into your mind and heart. This protection of focus is essential for what lies ahead. There is also a strengthening of trust in divine timing. You are no longer asking, "Why not now?" as often. Instead, you are asking, "What is being prepared?" That question carries peace, as if your posture of adoration when disobey him. Archangel Michael wants you to know that nothing important is being withheld from you. What has not arrived yet is still aligning with other pieces. Heaven works in systems, not fragments. When everything is ready, movement will be swift and clear. You may experience moments of stillness that feel almost unfamiliar. In the past, stillness made you uneasy. Now, it feels supportive. This is because you are no longer running from yourself. You are comfortable with reflection. That comfort is strength. There is also a quiet confidence growing in your decisions. You do not need constant reassurance anymore. You check in with your spirit, sense peace, and move forward. This is discernment in action. Your guardian angel affirms each step with calm rather than urgency. Archangel Michael reminds you that not every open door requires immediate entry. Some doors are revealed early so you can prepare. Preparation is not delay, it is wisdom. You are being taught how to approach opportunities with intention rather than impulse. You may also notice that old fears try to resurface occasionally, especially when something good seems close. These fears are familiar, but they are no longer authoritative. They are echoes from a season where protection came through caution. Now protection comes through clarity. Your guardian angel encourages you to acknowledge progress without pressure. You do not need to prove growth. Growth reveals itself naturally. The way you speak, the way you pause, the way you choose peace, these are all indicators. Archangel Michael speaks of steadiness as your current assignment. Not dramatic faith, not bold declarations, but faithful consistency. This steadiness is building trust between you and heaven. When you are consistent, guidance flows more freely. There may be moments where nothing seems to be happening externally. In those moments, remember this: internal alignment always precedes external movement. What is forming inside you is shaping what will soon appear around you. You are also learning to release control without losing responsibility. This balance is delicate, but you are handling it well. You do your part, and then you rest. You plan, and then you trust. Heaven meets you in that space. Archangel Michael reassures you that you are not missing anything meant for you. Distractions that pass you by are not losses. They are filters. What remains will be aligned with who you have become. As this part settles, allow yourself to appreciate the calm. Calm does not mean stagnation. It means stability. From stability, clarity grows. From clarity, confident action emerges. You are not waiting in uncertainty. You are standing in readiness. And when the next movement begins, you will step into it without fear, without haste, and without doubt, because you are anchored, guided, and fully aware that heaven is walking with you. My beloved child, Archangel Michael now speaks with a clarity that cuts through uncertainty, because this stage is about conscious choice. You are no longer being carried by momentum alone. You are being invited to participate intentionally in what God is unfolding. Heaven has done much behind the scenes, but now your agreement matters more than ever. You may feel a stronger sense of responsibility rising within you. Not pressure, not fear, but ownership. You are beginning to understand that faith is not passive waiting, it is active alignment. Your guardian angel has been preparing you for this awareness by strengthening your discernment and calming your emotions. You are learning how to move without rushing and stand without stagnating. Archangel Michael says something important about your voice. There were times you stayed silent because you did not want conflict, misunderstanding, or rejection. Silence protected you then. But now, discernment will guide when silence is wisdom and when truth must be spoken. You are not being called to argue, but to be authentic. Authenticity carries authority. There is also a refinement in how you handle uncertainty. You no longer spiral when answers are delayed. You breathe. You observe. You trust. This change did not happen by accident. It came from repeated moments where God showed up after you chose patience over panic. Heaven remembers every one of those moments. You may sense that certain decisions cannot be postponed much longer. This is not urgency rooted in fear. It is timing rooted in readiness. Archangel Michael encourages you to seek peace, not perfection, when choosing your next step. Peace will not always remove questions, but it will remove turmoil. Your guardian angel has been helping you release the need for external validation. You are learning to value inner confirmation more than public approval. This shift protects you from being swayed by opinions that do not align with your calling. Not everyone needs to understand your path for it to be valid. Archangel Michael also speaks of renewed courage. Not loud courage, but steady courage. The kind that shows up consistently, even when no one is watching. This courage is what sustains long-term obedience. It is built quietly, decision by decision. There may be moments ahead where you are tempted to disengage, to withdraw, or to distract yourself when clarity feels demanding. When that urge comes, pause. It is often a sign that growth is asking for your attention. Do not run from that moment. Sit with it. Insight will follow. Now listen carefully, because this is a moment of connection. If this message hath been guiding you, grounding you, or strengthening you, respond to it. Like this message so it reaches others who are standing where you once stood. Share it with someone who needs reassurance right now. Leave a comment as a declaration of faith, because agreement spoken carries power. Subscribe to remain connected here, where clarity is nurtured and faith is strengthened. And if you feel drawn to go deeper, joining the membership helps sustain this space where truth continues to flow. Archangel Michael reminds you that engagement is not routine. It is alignment. When you respond, you participate in a chain of encouragement that reaches far beyond what you can see. Hold on to this next thought, because it matters. The next unfolding will challenge old assumptions you had about how blessings arrive. It will not look exactly as you imagined, but it will feel unmistakably right. Stay present, because understanding is about to deepen in a way that brings relief and direction at the same time. Your guardian angel stands near, steadying your thoughts as anticipation builds. There is no need to brace yourself. What is coming will not demand more than you have. It will meet you where you are, equipped and ready. Archangel Michael says this is a season of conscious faith. Not reactive belief, not conditional trust, but steady alignment. You are no longer asking if God is with you. You are learning how to walk with God intentionally. As this part of the message settles, allow yourself to acknowledge the growth that has taken place. You think differently now. You choose differently now. You rest differently now. These are not small changes. They are evidence of transformation. The path ahead continues to open, not all at once, but clearly enough for the next step. And that is all you need. You are not being asked to leap blindly, only to move faithfully. Archangel Michael remains watchful, ensuring that your choices are protected and your steps are guided. Nothing that belongs to you will pass you by. Stay attentive. Stay open. Because what comes next will bring a level of clarity that makes the waiting make sense. My beloved one, Archangel Michael now speaks with a gentleness that carries depth, because this moment is about internal confirmation. Not confirmation from people, not signs that shout, but a knowing that settles quietly in your spirit. You are beginning to recognize truth without needing constant reassurance. This is a sign of spiritual maturity that hath been forming over time. There was a season when uncertainty made you restless. You searched for answers everywhere, hoping something outside of you would remove doubt. But heaven has been teaching you a different way. Peace is no longer something you chase. It is something you check for. When peace is present, you move. When it is absent, you pause. This simple awareness has protected you more than you realize. Archangel Michael says you are now able to sit with unanswered questions without losing trust. That ability did not come naturally to you. It was learned through experience. Through moments when you had to keep going without clarity. Through nights when prayer felt quiet. Through days when faith was a choice, not a feeling. Those moments shaped you. Your guardian angel has been helping you integrate faith into daily life rather than reserving it for moments of crisis. You are learning to walk with God, not just run to Him. This consistency creates stability. It allows heaven to guide you gently rather than urgently. You may notice that your desires are becoming more refined. You no longer want everything you once wanted. Some goals have lost their emotional charge. Some dreams have softened, while others have become clearer. This refinement is not loss. It is alignment. Heaven removes what no longer fits so what does fit can arrive without competition. Archangel Michael speaks of discernment in relationships. You are seeing people more clearly, without idealizing or condemning them. You understand that everyone carries complexity. This understanding allows you to love without losing yourself. Compassion no longer requires self-sacrifice beyond wisdom. There is also a deepening sense of self-trust emerging. Not arrogance, but confidence rooted in experience. You have seen what happens when you ignore intuition, and you have seen what happens when you honor it. That awareness now informs your choices. Your guardian angel affirms this growth, reminding you that wisdom often comes from lived experience. You may feel moments of reflection increasing. Not rumination, but thoughtful pause. These moments are invitations, not interruptions. Heaven often speaks in reflection, revealing insight that noise would drown out. Do not rush through these pauses. They are part of guidance. Archangel Michael also addresses a subtle fear that tries to linger, the fear of disappointment. You have been protecting yourself by lowering expectations. While that strategy helped you survive, it is not meant to define your future. Heaven is gently inviting you to hope again, not recklessly, but courageously. There is a reassurance here. Hoping does not make you vulnerable in the way it once did. You are stronger now. You know how to recover. You know how to adjust. You know how to trust without losing yourself. This strength allows you to hope without fear controlling the outcome. Your guardian angel wants you to notice how your prayers have changed. They are less about fixing circumstances and more about aligning your heart. This shift has opened doors you did not even know were closed. Alignment invites movement that effort alone cannot produce. Archangel Michael says something important about identity. You are no longer defined by what you lack or what you are waiting for. You are learning to live from wholeness rather than toward it. This internal shift changes everything. When you move from wholeness, you attract what complements you, not what compensates for you. You may soon find yourself less reactive to others' opinions. Praise does not inflate you. Criticism does not deflate you. This emotional steadiness is rare, and it is valuable. It allows you to remain yourself in changing environments. Heaven trusts those who are anchored. There is also an invitation to release lingering self-judgment. You have grown, yet sometimes you still measure yourself by old standards. Archangel Michael encourages you to update how you see yourself. The person you are now deserves grace for what they endured and respect for what they learned. You are stepping into a phase where faith feels integrated rather than compartmentalized. It shows up in how you speak, how you listen, how you decide. This integration makes guidance more natural and less dramatic. God becomes a constant presence, not an occasional rescue. As this part of the message settles, allow yourself to appreciate the quiet strength you carry now. You do not need to announce it. You do not need to prove it. It is evident in how you move through uncertainty with calm and through clarity with humility. The journey is not ending here. One final layer remains, one that brings resolution, blessing, and forward movement together. Stay present. Stay open. Heaven has one more word to release that will seal what has been unfolding all along. My beloved child, Archangel Michael now steps forward with finality and fulfillment, because this message is meant to seal what has been unfolding within you. This is not an ending born of closure alone, but an ending that releases movement. You have walked through understanding, refinement, grounding, and alignment, and now comes confirmation. Not loud and not dramatic, but unmistakably real. There is a deep knowing settling into your spirit right now, a sense that something has shifted permanently. You are no longer waiting to become someone else. You are no longer waiting to be ready. You are standing as the person you prayed to become, even if the world has not fully reflected it yet. Heaven sees it clearly. Archangel Michael says the answer you have been seeking did not arrive as a single moment, but as a transformation. You were asking for clarity, and God gave you wisdom. You were asking for direction, and God gave you discernment. You were asking for breakthrough, and God gave you stability so you could sustain it. Your guardian angel has been with you through every unseen step. In moments when you thought nothing was happening, heaven was reinforcing your foundation. That is why what comes next will not shake you. It will rest on something solid. You may notice that fear no longer speaks as loudly as it once did. Doubt no longer dominates your decisions. Even when uncertainty arises, it does not paralyze you. This is freedom. Not the absence of challenge, but the presence of trust. Archangel Michael confirms that what you almost walked away from was never meant to be lost. It was meant to be revisited with new eyes and a stronger heart. The same miracle has been delivered again because you are now capable of stewarding it wisely. This time, it will not slip away. There is also closure happening here. Closure with old versions of yourself. The seasons where you survived instead of lived. With patterns that once protected you but later limited you. Thank them for their purpose, and release them without regret. Your guardian angel urges you to step forward without carrying the weight of the past. Lessons can be carried without burdens. Wisdom can remain without wounds. You are allowed to move forward unencumbered. Archangel Michael speaks peace over your future decisions. You will not need to strive for every answer. Some clarity will come through calm recognition rather than effort. When something aligns, you will feel it. When it does not, you will know without confusion. There is also blessing over your consistency. Heaven honors those who remain faithful even when progress feels slow. Your steadiness hath been seen. Your patience has been recorded. Your quiet obedience has prepared the way. You are not late. You are not behind. You arrive exactly when you needed to, prepared, aware, and grounded. The timing of heaven is precise, and you are standing within it now. Archangel Michael says protection continues forward. What is meant for you will reach you. What is not will fall away without harming you. You do not need to fight to secure your future. You only need to walk in alignment. As this message comes to a close, take a moment to acknowledge the journey you have walked through here. Not just the words you heard, but the shifts you felt. Those shifts are real. They are lasting. Type "I walk forward" sealed and blessed in the comments if you receive this message fully. Blessing code 1212 is now activated over your life. And now, hear this final word as a sacred extension of everything that has been released. I am speaking directly to those who know this message was not just encouragement, but assignment. When you support this mission through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal, you are not giving to a channel, you are answering a call. I hear the Lord say that your seed becomes light for those still standing in darkness, clarity for those still confused, and hope for those on the edge of giving up. This is sowing into souls, into revelation, into God's living word going forth without limitation. The PayPal donation link is waiting in the description as an open door of obedience. Do not delay what heaven has prompted. Give now, act now, and may the God who sent this message multiply your seed, bless your obedience, and establish you firmly in peace, protection, and abundance.